The problem is that every day, children wake up and they go to school nervous about, is anybody going to show up for me?
Despite our best efforts, 16 million American youth lack a strong relationship with an adult to help guide and mentor them.
Kids are falling farther behind.
Today's teenagers are under pressure.
Fewer people are stepping up to help children in crisis.
As soon as I left 8th grade, actually, everything just hit the real world.
But across the country, several organizations have found a simple way to transform the lives of the most vulnerable kids. Get them a mentor.
Without this program, I would be addicted to drugs. I would be dead.
This is what it takes. It takes people stepping up. Got you a little something.
Mentorship may seem like a simple solution, but scaling a nationwide movement of authentic connections takes time. So, today we'll visit 3 unique mentorship models to find out what they can teach us about how to transform the lives of kids that need it most.
This is Stand Together Presents, stories, ideas, and advice from changemakers tackling our biggest challenges.
So here's what we know. Kids with a strong adult figure in their lives thrive. They're 76% more likely to contribute and volunteer in their community. They're 46% less likely to start using drugs at a young age. And they report lower rates of depression and other mental health struggles. But what does true mentorship look like in practice? Let's first go to Austin, Texas, to visit an organization working with one of the most underserved populations in the country, kids in foster care.
Our organization works to pair people to do life with each other. We believe that relationships help transform lives.
Equipping kids in foster care with a dedicated mentor is one of the ways National Angels utilizes its network of community volunteers to help kids overcome the immense barriers in their lives.
I was 15 when CPS removed us from our home. I have 7 siblings. When I heard we were being split apart, that kind of just broke me a little bit.
Their sibling group total have moved about 12 times.
I think for Abel, it was a trust issue, because the biggest thing in Abel's life was every time I get close to somebody, they leave.
But everyone can play a role and make a difference in a child's life.
I think at its core, a mentor is really just a friend.
Connor was matched with Abel by National Angels.
We've gone rock climbing and watched tons of movies together. We play video games together. It really is just being there for someone.
Got you a little something.
Oh,
Did you see this?
I really have seen him grow into himself just really beautifully in these past 3 years.
I consider him to be one of my best friends.
Abel is now moving out of his home and into a college dorm.
I'm actually the first in my family to go to a big university.
Abel's relationship with his mentor changed the trajectory of his life, and National Angels has mobilized their network of volunteers across the country to bring relationships to kids and parents in the foster system. Next, let's visit Portland, Oregon, where one organization is asking a big question. What would it look like to equip kids with a mentor for over a decade?
Friends of the Children is mentoring on steroids, really. We're coming in age 4 to 6 and providing that consistent, caring adult for 12 plus years, their whole childhood.
Wait, you stick with kids for 12 years?
Our program goes for 12 plus years, no matter what. There's a lot of intentionality that is helping the child overcome the obstacles that have been identified in their individual lives.
This is Jimmy. As a kid, Jimmy was connected to a long-term mentor through Friends of the Children.
When I first met Jimmy, I was so struck by his background. Every generation of male in his family had gone to prison, and he was so determined not to follow that path.
I just saw so much a kid should not see. There was a lot of, drug addiction, mental illness. It was a very chaotic and dysfunctional household. It was normal for me, though.
John was Jimmy's assigned professional mentor, who became a bridge for Jimmy between home, school, and his dreams.
The real miracle with John is that there was no judgment and that he could see my world and not be afraid of it.
Over the course of his entire childhood, John empowered Jimmy to overcome the barriers in his life so that one day he could live a life of meaning and purpose.
He said, let's start building your resume, let's start doing internships, and it changed my life.
With John's constant support and guidance, Jimmy began his career at a high-end legal firm, breaking his family's cycle and avoiding prison. And now Jimmy advocates for people going through what he survived, as he paves a prominent career in the Oregon County court system.
Without this program, I would be in jail, I would be addicted to drugs. And my kids will never have to experience that.
Programs like Friends of the Children prove that it takes just one person stepping up to change a kid's life. Next, let's visit an organization in Baltimore, Maryland that is providing kids with an entire family of mentors. Over 20 years ago, Sarah Heminger started Thread, a program that connects kids with a family of diverse mentors, giving them unique connections to communities across the city. And they do this roughly from when a student is 15 to the time they are 25.
They begin working with up to 4 adults, and together they form what we call a Thread family. And the Thread family just goes through life together.
I got assigned to Danye. He's like, who is this stranger, right? Like, I would be really weirded out.
This is Alexa and Saba. They're part of Danye's Thread family.
We would see him in the hallways. He'd say he would come and be right there.
And I never came back.
It was very clear he was running from us.
Alexa and Saba knew the type of relationship they were building wouldn't happen overnight, but they were persistent. And Danye recognized that.
I appreciate it, actually, because nobody else would have did that.
I think he probably realized I wasn't going away.
A couple times I asked him to hang out and he wasn't available. And so finally I was like, you're gonna have to hang out with me eventually, you know? Like, I was gonna show him that, like, I'm not going anywhere.
And then I just started making a joke out of it. And I started saying, listen, I know I'm being real annoying right now, but let's go, Danye, let's go! Rick!
To somebody who's never met Alexa and Saba, how would you describe them?
So helpful, caring, and how can I put this? Somebody who never gives up.
Over time, their relationship with Danye grew. They supported him how they could. Rides, lunch, a place to study. During that time, Danye was working 2 jobs and wasn't on track to graduate.
He was failing out of all of his classes his fall semester of his senior year. And I'm a little bit freaking out. Oh gosh, we might not make it to the finish line here.
So Danye's Thread family rallied everyone that could help. They got his guidance counselor and his football coach involved.
Coach Nixon saying, if you continue like this, you're not gonna graduate. Danye flips that around and says, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do it. Graduation is paramount for a kid like Danye who wants to reach into this next phase of life.
And last but not least, Danye Wyatt. Congratulations, class of 2021.
That was an experience that I will remember for the rest of my life. What I'm gonna gain from this experience and what Danye's taught me and will teach me will probably be one of the most influential and transformative experiences of my life.
It may seem impossible to provide every child in need with a mentor, but these models are proving that the change we are looking for starts one relationship at a time.
A healthy social fabric is made up of a diverse group of people who deeply understand themselves and one another.
It's a real relationship.
Yeah, that's the whole point, that it's a real relationship and they don't just terminate after a year, they don't terminate after 10 years. The only thing that really changed people's mind and changes people's hearts is knowing one another. It's relationships.
Stand Together partners with changemakers tackling our biggest challenges. To see more stories, follow our channels. And to learn more about how you can partner with us, go to standtogether.org.